there was a lot of news from Telltale Games over the last week. They laid off about 250 people.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit that I did not read like everything about it, but I did read some stuff. But my understanding was they had some funding. I guess they were just living from paycheck to paycheck over there, and they had funding fall through, and they just laid everybody off with no severance. And now they're being sued.
Real warning.
And no real warning. I mean, and I guess...
I think that's the violation. I think if you do a mass layoff of an X percentage of your company size, there has to be some sort of fair warning.
Okay.
Again, I am no legal expert, so...
That's what it says. 60 days in advance.
Yeah.
50 or more employees within a 30-day period.
There you go. So that, I believe, is the issue. Also, our best to everyone that was affected by these layoffs. There have been a handful of studios that have had massive layoffs in the last week, which is really sad and frightening. But good luck to everyone. Maybe you'll all get jobs at Fortnite and be secure forever.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess they, they sold the season pass for Walking Dead, and the season's not done yet, and there's only like 25 people working at the studio, so people are trying to figure out what's going to happen with that, and I don't know. It's not a good situation.
Nope. All around shitty.
Making video games, man.
It's hard.
It's tough business, man. You got to read that the Jason Schreier?
His
name.
Schreier?
Yeah, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. I mean, I don't think there's any stories, of that big of a layoff. I guess maybe there were. I don't know, but
there was. I forget. Wasn't
there were some layoff stories in there?
Kingdoms
there was stories
of Amalur in that book. I forget. I think it was
38.
Which one?
38.
38. Yeah.
I mean,
where are we?
It makes sense how this could happen. Like, if it sounded like they had two sources of potential funding, and then both of them backed out, and it sucks for everybody. But I understand how Telltale was like, well, we have no money now, so we can't pay you, and
right. I guess making these licensed games must be even trickier than making just a regular game, which already seems pretty damn complicated. But it sounds like you have to guarantee payments out to these companies, before the sales even come in.
Sure, but that's also how you're getting your funding in as well. Is investors are giving you that funding based upon you,
because you have these licenses.
Yeah, based upon this license that you have that people know.
But what we, certainly one thing that we've seen over and over again in the video game business is that when companies put out games too close together, just sequels, inevitably it dies. The popularity of it the bottom drops out. You've seen it with music games. You've seen it with single player games. You've seen it with anything. As soon as they go to that like year cycle,
well, they were kind of trapped with their model in that they were doing the episodic. So even if
but they took on so many though. They took on so many licenses.
Well, that was the model. I think the issue there was that every game was the same basic structure.
Right. That the difference between this and pinball is pretty clear, right? Like why the licenses work much better for pinball. Like I'm not going to get bored playing different pinball tables, but the same Telltale game over and over again, like you said, they're pretty similar. So I don't know. I feel like maybe they bit off a little too much there, but
they had a good run.
They did.
I mean, it sucks that it all fell apart the way it did.
Yep.
I hope everybody finds new work and everything, but it's a little like I was a little shocked that they had that many people on staff at Telltale.
I mean, they constantly have games coming out.
They
and
had.
different episodes of different games.
The number still seemed high to me.
A lot of people
That's a lot of people.
to make those games. Yeah. If they're making Red Dead Redemption, that's something else. All right. What at Crossley Color wrote in. He writes, "Do you think streamers helped bring the downfall of Telltale Games? If a streamer with 3,000 viewers stream one of their games, is there a reason for those viewers to then go out and buy it, knowing what happened in the story?"
Probably not. I don't know if streamers helped or hurt. I don't know how many streamers were streaming their games.
I feel like if you're gonna play that game, you're not gonna watch
The
the
stream,
streamer.
yeah, you're not going to want
Yeah.
it spoiled for you.
I
Like
think
you've
if you're
already made your
interested-
decision when
Yeah.
you watch
Yeah.
that game streamed.
Yeah, I can't get behind streamers cause the downfall.
No, and I think especially for Minecraft story mode, I'm sure that they helped a lot. Probably.